today what I do about a problem with spider mites. Okay, now when you see the leaves looking like this very light spotting, it's very subtle. Overall, this is sweet potato vines, and they're looking very green and healthy, but the subtle sign has begun, and you just look under the leaves to see some fine webbing or mites. Let's see, and there's something crawling right there. Very hard to see because mites and aphids are so teeny tiny. Okay, but I actually saw under one of these leaves it was an aphid, and their damage is quite similar. But over here, this one is further gone. You can see, if you look really closely, some webbing in there, and I actually see some little red dots. Those are the spider mites. They could be red or they could be other colors, but anyway, what they do is they create this pattern on the leaf from sucking on the leaf, and they're itty bitty. You have to either get a magnifying glass or get up really close to see them, and usually they're under the leaves, but this plant is so taken over that they're on top of the leaves as well. And when the plant is really far gone, this is what it would look like. Okay, let's see, there was webbing here. Okay, and these are marigolds, believe it or not, which are supposed to resist pests. But we're at the end of summer and it's really hot and things are getting stressed out. So, you know, pests tend to pick up pace then as well. I don't know if you can see that, this fine webbing. But about a day or so ago, this all looked like this over here. It just, that you could really see the webbing over it, and now it's completely dead. And so the plants that are really taken over, some of them we're just going to go ahead and pull. I'm going to go ahead and pull them because they're pretty far gone, and there's a lot of mites on there, and I don't want them to take over. So, you know, I don't want them to move on to other plants in my garden, so I'm going to pull them. Maybe some of the other ones I might pick a leaf, you know, like say most of the plants looking okay, but you know, there's a few leaves here and there that are looking really attacked. Then I might just pick those and try to save the rest of the plant, just depending on, you know, if it looks like I'm going to get anything out of the plant this season. If it has a chance, then, you know, I might do that. But yeah, you know, it's just time to transition plants, so there's no shame in that. There's no shame in pulling some and reseeding. See that webbing covering the leaf? Throw it out, throw it in the trash, and I'm gonna spray with some water and peppermint soap. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna be using. This is Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap, and I'm going to put a little bit into a bottle, backfill with water, shake it up, and spray this on all the plants. It'll knock off a lot of spider mites and aphids and other things that are bothering, but it's not toxic, and you have to keep doing it. And actually throughout most of the growing season, I would be spraying under the leaves pretty frequently, maybe every other day to every 2 days, to prevent them from getting a threshold. But at the end of summer, it gets really hot, the plants get stressed, and pests have a better chance of getting a threshold. Also, we get busy towards the end of summer doing family things, and I might not be out tending the garden as much, and that's when the spider mites can come in and other pests and diseases. Okay, I have a lot of plant material cut away, and I'm going to be chipping away at this task some more. Alright, I'm sweeping up in there, and see, those heavily infested plants are gone, And I'm going to get my spray bottle with my peppermint soap and spray it down this area, rinse it away, and then after that I plan to fertilize, because it's been a little bit since the last fertilizer application. And really the plants that I'm most interested in are these pepper plants, because they're still putting out for me. And okra is about to start putting out for me, so I'm excited about that. And okra and hot peppers like heat, whereas a lot of your other vegetable plants, you know, they can grow, and of course they need sun, but they get pretty stressed out, and sometimes at the end of summer they're just done, and it's time to think about planting for fall. And as a last step, we're going to order some ladybugs and release them and let them go. Now, just note, I won't be spraying and using ladybugs at the same time, and I'm spraying organic water and soap. So just be aware of that. And before I release the ladybugs, everything's going to get a good hose down of fresh water, and I'll leave the ladybugs to do their thing for a while. They may fly off within a couple of days, but I think they'll have a good chow down before they do, and they usually settle in my crepe myrtle tree, so I'll know where to find them. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this tip, or these tips, on how to control spider mites in your garden, and thanks for watching.